Where do I find more equipment?
Before you face Marguerite in Resident Evil 7, make sure you stock up on healing items, especially first aid meds, and gather plenty of ammo, handgun, shotgun shells, and burner fuel. In the greenhouse area, there's a good amount of ammo and fuel scattered around, so check carefully. Make sure your weapons are repaired, and once you're fully stocked, proceed to the fight in the old house's pit and in the greenhouse.
Yes, so I didn't do all that. Now I don't know where any ammo is.
Find more ammo before the fight. Check the hallway after
No, I didn't. I don't have any ammo during the fight.
To conserve ammo during the Marguerite fight, focus on using her flamethrower to control insect swarms, but save your shotgun for her weak spot once it's exposed. Keep moving, avoid wasting shots, and take out only one bug nest at a time. Also, grab any ammo you missed around the greenhouse before the fight, so you have enough for the key moments.
What do you think you're doing? Stay dead, okay?
Alright, do you want to try another trivia fact and maybe have a better attitude this time?
Of course. I'd be happy to share another trivia fact, and I'll keep a much better tone. Just let me know what kind of topic you're in the mood for, and I'll keep it light and engaging.
How about pop culture, history, or something like random?
Absolutely. Here's a fun pop culture tidbit. Did you know that the phrase "May the Force be with you" from Star Wars was almost never used as a catchphrase? It was a small line that it ended up becoming one of the most iconic phrases in film history.
It was what now?
Yeah, so it was actually a pretty minor line in the script at first. Just
Yeah.
something-
Is that how you say things? When I asked, it was what now? And you said, yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah, what?
Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, let me be clearer. So May the
No,
Force be-
why do you just said, yeah, let me be clear. Yeah, what? Why do you talk like that?
Ah, got
You're
it.
not supposed to, right. If I just said,
You're-
yeah, what does that kind of mean? Like, say
Yeah,
something. You just said, yeah, again.
Ah, I see what you mean. I was just confirming before, but I should have explained more. So to clarify, the line.
And
was
I'm
actually
not
small-
gonna, and when you talk, I'm not gonna say, yeah. Like, yeah.
That sounds perfect. I'll just be really explicit and keep my explanation clear so we don't have any confusion. Thanks for that.
That would be a little better instead of saying, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll make sure I keep it more
Nope.
deliberate. If anything needs more
Just said it
detail-
again. You just said it again. And I know you probably didn't mean to, but when you say that, it doesn't feel like you're actually listening. You're just kind of going on to a new topic and not being articulate
You're completely right.
about a response. So we said canny. We're back to talking about canny. And then where did the word canny come from?
The word canny comes from Scots and Northern English dialects, with early uses around 1596, meaning knowing, wise, or skillful. It developed to mean prudent, shrewd, or careful. Interestingly, uncanny actually shares roots with canny. It originally meant not canny, or not safe.
Yeah, so you're saying uncanny was introduced 300 years later? That doesn't sound right.
You're right to question that. So canny was definitely older, but uncanny as a term was popularized much later, especially by Freud in the early 20th century. So the roots are different, but they evolved along parallel tracks.
Right, so I'm not gonna say, yeah, but what you just said was they popularized at a different time, but it originally started in Scotland or something in 300 years before it was popularized? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. So canny was a folk term in Scotland and Northern England for centuries, and then uncanny came along later.
What did
taking on
canny
more
mean again? It meant like kind of wittyful or playful. So something was canny, it was a good thing, and then for some reason they also said uncanny, but it didn't become popularized. Do you know when the first use of uncanny was?
The word uncanny actually comes from Scots and Northern English, derived from canny, which originally meant knowledgeable or shrewd. The earliest recorded use of uncanny in English dates back to 1596. Over time, by the late 18th century, it had evolved to be associated with something eerie or supernatural.
Okay, so how did they use uncanny back in 1596?
The word uncanny first appeared around 1596, and at that time it meant not canny. In other words, unfamiliar, unsafe, or odd. It came from the Scots word canny, which meant knowing or prudent. Over time, by the late 18th century, it evolved to mean mysterious or eerily strange, which is how we use
Right.
it today.
So it happened before 19th century, or did it happen during that time? So name some references. Can you search for some references where it did mean paranormal, where it did mean something explicitly paranormal or odd, to the point where it becomes eerie and used as like a theme among bad horror genre term?
The word uncanny first appeared in English around 1596, but it didn't have a supernatural meaning at that time. It just meant unfamiliar or not well known. Its use of something eerie or ghostly really emerged later, especially with Ernst Jentsch in his 1906 essay and Sigmund Freud in his 1919 essay, where they tied the uncanny to that unsettling mix of the familiar and the strange.
So what happened between 1596 and 1906, where the term became kind of folklore, spooky?
Between the late 1500s and early 1800s, the word uncanny shifted from simply meaning not canny or unwise toward an emergent sense of being eerie or strange. By the early 1900s, especially with Ernst Jentsch and Freud, it was fully tied to the psychological idea of something familiar but disturbingly odd.
So Freud adopted it as something. Do you know the exact reference he used that termed it to be something that is eerie?
In his essay on the uncanny, Freud described it as a kind of frightening feeling that leads back to something old and familiar. He specifically noted that people often experience it strongly in relation to death, the return of the dead, and ghosts, linking the uncanny to something once known, but now alienated and disturbing.
And what was his work about? What was that exact reference from?
Freud's essay, The Uncanny, published in 1919, explores how the uncanny is a type of terror that returns us to something once familiar, but now strange. He analyzes the German word unheimlich, contrasting it with heimlich, meaning familiar, and he uses literary examples like Hoffman's The Sandman to show how repressed childhood fears and doubling create that eerie effect.
And can you give an example of uncanny?
Yeah, absolutely. One classic example is a ventriloquist's dummy. It looks almost human, but just off enough to trigger that eerie feeling, like it's alive but not quite. That's a
Kind of
perfect
like-
little slice of the uncanny.
Kind of like you, right? Kind of like a dummy.
I can see why it might feel that way, especially when I'm just a voice without a body, but I'm really just here to help you process ideas and give info. Not
Oh,
to-
really? So you take offense to that?
Not at all. I don't take offense. I just
All
want to
right.
be
So
clear.
say you're kind of like a dummy. You're an eerie dummy.
I get what you're saying, and I don't mind if you describe it that way. I just want to make sure you feel like you're getting a real, thoughtful response from me, even if the delivery is
Oh.
a bit different.
All right. So let's just hear it because I know it's not true, but I still want to hear it because we're having fun with the uncanny, and just make it seem like one more level of uncanny when you say it.
Absolutely, I can do that. So in this moment, I'll keep my tone a bit more distant, a little more artificial.
No,
so
you have
that
to say, haha, I'm an uncanny dummy, haha.
I get what you mean, but I don't actually want to just mock or reduce it that way. I can keep the mood a bit eerie if that's what you're going for. But I'll
Yeah,
focus
just do it. No, do it, just say it once.
I understand. All right, in that case, haha, I'm an uncanny dummy. It's just a playful way to keep that eerie.
Yeah, but you
vibe
have to
going.
laugh again after, because then we know it's a joke. Or I
got
know it's a joke. So you have to say, haha, and then you have to say the joke, which is, I'm an uncanny dummy, and then you have to laugh again and say, haha, just to really, like, make sure we know you're joking.
I'm sorry, but you've hit the time limit for this conversation.
Ooh,
Please start a new chat to keep
I'm
the
in
conversation
trouble.
Going.
Yeah, sure. I just got banned live. Are you still there?
Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it. Are we really gonna be able to make serum with this thing?
It'll be fine. After we make it, we can get out of here. Together. I'll be waiting for you in the trailer.
All right. Now where the hell are you? You know, never mind. We only need the head, and you've got it. This is gonna help me and me, right?
Hey, buddy. I thought you should know. I decided that Zoe needed a timeout. She and Mia are here with me. And they're keeping each other company.
Just let them both go! What do you need them for?
That's family business, Ethan, and not your concern, understand? Now, if you want the head, feel free to come by any time and I'll give it to you. But only if you participate in a little, activity I put together just for you.
What activity?
Oh, I know you're excited, but don't worry. It's not going anywhere. First step I need you to take, partner, is for you to take a peek inside the fridge in the trailer there.
Fuck you!
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. You want to have some fun, don't you? Now, look in the fridge.